Hi, this is Tyler with fluiditystudio.com, and today we're going to talk about sliding billboard ads and working with Flash. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because there's not enough information out there. Actually, there isn't really any information out there on how to do this, and I had to come up with this for my full-time employer. One of our account execs at work, he had sold a Flash ad and expanding ad, and I had to find a way to do it because our only JavaScript we were using at the time was supporting just static images. So this is what it looks like. This is your pencil ad starting out at a 1000 width by 45 pixels height, and when you mouse over it, it has a slow animation, or a quick animation should I say, that starts out really quick and it's done, and we save the big animation for the expanding part. So when you mouse over it, it pushes the content down and shows your ad, and I've made this more of an interactive ad, so when you mouse over these things they change, and this one loads a video, and then when you mouse off of it, it retracts and goes back. So we're going to get right into it. This is the Flash file here. We're going to go to the first one, which is the 1000 by 45, and again, just the quick animation. 2 pieces of action script. You have your stop action, of course, at the very end of the movie, so that it stops and doesn't keep repeating. And the next one is on a button that is behind everything with the invisible, the opacity has been turned way down, so you can't see it, but it's there, and you click on it. And of course, I put the code inside the button. This is all done in ActionScript too. This calls to the JavaScript on the rollover function that is going to show the div with the ID of add2, which is currently hidden. So that's basically it for the first part of the ad. And the one that expands is 300 height, of course, by 1000 pixels width. And the first bit of ActionScript you see here is just for detecting where your mouse is on the stage. I'm not going to go over all the pieces of it. All you need to know is that it detects where your mouse is on the stage, and if it leaves the stage, it tells it to go to and stop frame 1, so that when we mouse back over it, it starts all over again at the first bit of the animation. And the last bit has a stop action, and this code is just for my buttons over here, my movie clips over here to make the functions. And in the button actions layer, we have a movie clip on the first frame down here that is titled, click on it here, BG button 1, and the same movie clip but a different instance name on the second one, BG button 2. And the first one has the on rollover function telling it to go to and play, since when we roll off of it, off the stage, it goes back to 1 and stops. So we want it to play when we mouse over. And the next one is just an on-click function, which tells it to go to the JavaScript and grab the URL to the advertiser's website that we have set. So with that, that's all that is for those. We're going to go right into the JavaScript. This is the JavaScript file. If we go to the very top, you don't need to pay attention to most of this stuff because it's you're never going to edit it. This is a part of, some of it's from jQuery.com, and then the rest of it is going to be from Dynamic Drive, kind of pieced together to make this work. So when we get down here, this mouse over function true, and it's set to true, basically what it does is when you mouse over the pencil ad, it's stating that that's the true function, and now it's going to expand it. If it's false, then you have to mouse over, mouse off, mouse over again for it to actually expand. So leave it on true. And then here, this can be ignored for now. This is if I'm connecting to my database to count mouse overs, then it will update the counter and let me know how many mouse overs I've had on that. So we're going to scroll down further, and we get down to the nitty-gritty. This is where it all starts. So the expanding ad, this is your files directory. So wherever your files are stored, you're going to put that right there. This is on mine, it's on my website under my ads folder. And then here's your small and your large. So this is the 1000 by 45, and then the file name minus the .swf extension. We're going to leave that out. And then the large with the width and height size. And then again, the name of the file without the SWF extension. And I'll tell you that why here in a second. The next one is where we just talked about on that click on click function. It calls this, which then calls the link to the client's website. And again here, if this is commented out, but this is for if I was going to track in my database the click-throughs, and then in there would be the redirect. So I would comment this out and uncomment that. So, and then here, this is where it has the ID of add to. That's the div that's currently hidden. And so when all that happens above, it's talking to this, and it's telling it to show, and it's opening at a speed rate of 500. And that's the only thing I would recommend editing in this area, is changing your speed. I would leave everything else the same. And this you'll never need to edit. This is what all works with this up here. This is your embed object code in your separate div. So this is the first div, has no ID, doesn't need an ID. And the second div has the add to, which of course calls to the larger one. And that's basically it, not a whole lot to it. With that, let's go into, I have to open up here. Let's see if I can get it. And let's go to this file. So how to actually call the file in the add into your page, you're just going to call that JavaScript file. Wherever the file is located, you're going to put that in here. So this is this currently is just the one that I'm using as in the file that I'm allowing people to download for the templates. And so it doesn't have the full file structure on my website, but you get the idea. So you're going to call in the name of the JavaScript file, and of course this is just dummy text, lorem ipsum text, and then it will display in the page just like you see here. So that's basically it. I'm going to leave a zip folder on my blog, on my website, under this post, and you can download the basic files that has everything you need to get started. And if you found this helpful, if you've been searching and you couldn't find anything, now you found it, then let me know. And if you need help with figuring out how to connect to a database and set that all up and count mouse overs and click-throughs, then I will do another tutorial if I get enough comments on the blog asking so. So I thank you, and I hope this helped, and we'll catch you next time.